Good evening. My name is Greg Ferguson. I'd like to welcome you to the 2019 Camp Chawanakee Camp Leaders Meeting. I am your program director, or camp director. Your camp director again. This will be my third year as camp director. If you guys have been to camp in the last couple of years, Chris Wortham will be my program director again. He cannot attend because he lives in Colorado. And then I will also have a gentleman named Jordan Atkins. He will be my camp commissioner. If you were at camp last year, he was my scout craft director. He was very outgoing at flags and very loud. So that is the camp leadership. I also have Michael Foster as our business manager, and you'll occasionally see him up at camp. But other than that, I'd like to just move on to our new website system, Blackbug, and go ahead.
Introduce her.
Go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Daphne. Many of you received emails from me regarding your reservations, and also from our new system, the 247scouting.com site. If you have not received an email from us yet, from no reply at 24scouting.com, I ask that you please contact me here at the Fresno Sequoia Council office. The phone number for that is 559-320-2100. And I can help you with anything from payments to making sure we're adding your scouts in. If you need to cancel scouts, we need to do that as soon as possible. We do have a no refund policy, so we want to make sure that we can stay on top of that. I'm going to turn it back over to Greg for some more of the questions on the Blackbug.
So Blackbug is a new system for us this year. We are still in the works with this new software, but eventually you're going to be able to, when you log in, you can see all of your scouts, all the scouts' information, their dietary needs, and then their class schedules. Eventually, hopefully by the time camp starts, throughout the week, you will be able to use the QR codes on the website, and you will be able to use your phone, and then you can check to see what your scouts have done throughout the week. Probably from the previous day. My program director or my area directors will come in and enter the information in Blackbug, and then you'll be able to see what your scouts are doing. And then you can ask questions and find out why they're not attending class or why they're not doing any of the requirements. Anything else on Blackbug? As you know, we now have females in scouting, so there are female troops that will be attending Camp Chawanakee. There are no designated sections for female troops, and it is the same registration process as the male troops. So just be aware of that. Not every week has female troops, but there are female troops coming this year. Dining hall, as you know, if you've been there, it's a brand new dining hall. It's our third year. We are changing it up. We are actually going to have dining hall hours this year. They will close the dining hall and lock it at 8:30, between 8:30 and 9 o'clock at night, and it will reopen at between 5 a.m. and 5:30. As you know, there are restrooms, flushable restrooms in there. Those are now adult-only restrooms. So please let your kids know. We will remind you when you get to camp that these are adult restrooms only. Also, we have a new water bottle fountain on the outside of the dining hall, so the kids can come right there to the side of the dining hall and fill up their water bottles and get water. Also new this year, we do the BSA lifeguard. There is an optional CPR first aid class that will be available during the week. If your scout is signed up for the class, there's an additional fee of $60 for the training, but you will walk away with your BSA lifeguard at the end of the week. And the $60 fee is actually cheaper than some of the Red Cross and American Ambulance courses that you take. So this is this is a good deal for you guys. And this training is only available for the scouts or the adults that are going through the BSA lifeguard class. There is a CPR AED class that is held Tuesdays from 9 to 11:30 that the adults can attend. I'm going to talk about your week at camp. If you are arriving on Sunday, check-in starts at 1 o'clock. Your troop can come in early if you would like, and go drop your trailer off or set your campsites up. But at 1 o'clock, the office will open, and we will go through our check-in process. There should be a schedule in the leader's guide. There is a slight change to some of it. The first shift breakfast actually starts 15 minutes earlier now, so it starts at 6:30, not 6:45. And if you notice throughout the class schedules, period 4 goes all the way until 12:30 now, not 12:20 in the past, to make up for the shortness of period 1. So we even it out so they're all about 40-45 minutes. If you're arriving at camp on Sunday, I would encourage people to show up early. There is a 5 o'clock Scoutmaster SPL meeting that we hold at the chapel, and if you're coming in late, you're still doing your tour, because when you get here and do your check-in, you need to go to 3 designated areas. The waterfront, you got to do your medical checks, and then you need to do the dining hall tour so you can get what shift you want for your meals. If you are doing, we still allow the pre-camp swim checks. That will save you a lot of time if you're able to do them before you come up to camp. The buddy tags.
Mailed out the buddy tags today.
The buddy tags were just mailed out today. If you don't get or receive any in a week or a few days, please call the scout office and we can mail some more out. Or if you're short some, we can mail some more out. And you guys can fill those out before you get to camp. But you'll still need to go through the waterfront orientation. Also with medical checks again, you guys can have them all in a 3-ring binder, alphabetically preferred. And if you have a troop roster, which you can print, you can just put one of those inside the binder. And if you were at camp last year, you hand the binder over, they do the medical orientation, then you're on your way. Camp Wi-Fi again is available from 9 to 12. It is in the adult leader lounge. That's what you want to. It is actually completed this year. So when you go up onto the training center, there's now a single door, and when you enter in, to your left is the adult lounge. And that will be where the Wi-Fi is available from 9 to 12. If there are questions about that, I think it looks really nice. There'll be new furniture in there, and some stuff like that. And then actually we will have all of the Pioneer Hiker binders in there, so troops can look in there. Please tell your kids this is not a scout hangout. This is for the adults to hang out and do work or whatever they need to do. Food service. Remember that when you're on Black Bug to enter in your special diet needs. If you have specific questions, you can email me or call the scout office. But we can accommodate pretty much every dietary need that there is. And we, if you have questions, we recommend that you can bring some of your own meals to help out. And we will, of course, store them in our cooler in the kitchen. Campsites inspections. This year, we're going to put back more emphasis on the troops, making sure that the latrines and showers are clean. We're not asking you to scrub them or bleach them out. We're just asking you to make sure that, you know, once a day, your troop maybe just takes the hose and sprays it out. Of course, if there's any other issues, my maintenance people will handle that. But we want to put it back on the troops to, you know, as part of the duty roster, to make sure that the latrines and the showers are clean and working. Where did he go? That is all I really have.
Show off your patch.
We have our patch this year, which is being shown. Scoutmasters and SPLs, you will get that patch when you show up to the adult leader meeting. The rest of your troop will get those at the end of the week.
Focus is on me. There we go.
Anything else?
Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Want to do some, want to give away some stuff?
Go for it.
If you want me to do this, I guess that's what I deal with the money, I suppose, I can share with that. You know, folks, my name is Mike Foster, I'm the business manager, and I get to do apparently the fun thing here. The Greg doesn't want to do the actual fun item, which is I want to do some giveaways. So we will do stuff for we do have some guests here in the building, which we thank you for your guys' arrival. You'll get something here too. But I do want to find out, and so the leaders that are also logged in, who is it? Is it your first time to Camp Chawanakee? I need to know who's the first time to Camp Chawanakee. How many we got?
For those of you listening in online, you can use the chat room and type it in real quick. That's the easiest and best way.
And then those of you as well online, because these guys will be an interesting time between them because they're all local. But I want to know who is logged in from the furthest destination, from the Fresno office. All right. So when you're also online, you can type in where you are logged in from. Everyone here is from Fresno. Clovis, technically, if you want to get fancy too. But so I want to find out who that is. And then the next thing I want to find out is who is the shortest tenured leader. I'd take any adult leader that's going to be basically operating as their leader at Camp Chawanakee. You know, shortest tenure, and then I want to see longest tenured. And this is the type you have to be registered. It can't be, well, you know, I was kind of helping hanging out. You have to be, I want the longest tenure.
I got 2 weeks. 2 weeks as Scoutmaster.
2 weeks as Scoutmaster?
All right, we've got about, seems like 12 people have chimed in, or 13 people have chimed in saying it's their first time. 13 out of 33, so about a third of the people.
That's awesome.
First time. Oh, no, 14, 15.
Wow.
And, okay, so the places that we have got people logged in from is Auburn, Lake Forest, Camarillo, and San Diego.
Like Camarillo, like Texas?
No.
Can-
Thousand Oaks.
Oh, Thousand Oaks, kind of Ventura County.
We've got a Yorba Linda, and a Turlock, and a Torrance.
Southern California. Some of Las Vegas.
Is there anybody from Las Vegas?
Anyone from Las
San Diego
Vegas,
is
Nevada?
San Diego further, technically?
Got a
Say San Diego, I think
Sacramento.
technically further.
And so far, the longest tenured I see so far is 7 years. I've got a 1 month
Let's
Scoutmaster.
say what we got back over here.
6.
6. No. No. 2 weeks though, so it might actually be shortest.
2 weeks as Scoutmaster.
Yeah, but you've also been, say, like, what's your tenure generally in scouting?
Oh, we have a 7.5 years as Scoutmaster.
Well, I guess I'm
5.
6.
And we've got Redwood Shores, Belmont, and the Bay.
Yeah, I think San Diego still sounds like they're the furthest, right?
I'm in agreement with that.
Okay, so the 13 or whatever, we had 14, 15.
Oh, we've got someone who's been in scouting since 2009.
So our first timers to camp, do me a favor, in the chat room, go ahead and put your unit number and what week you're going to be there. There will be a candy bar at the trading post for you as a way to sweet welcome you to camp and get you on your way. And then so it's like our furthest away, I think where we agreed, San Diego. That sound good? San Diego? San Diego, so then can I get your troop number and what week you're going to be there? And there will be a t-shirt, a camp t-shirt waiting for you in whatever size you would like. Basically, you see to go to the trading post, we will get your information, it will be there for you. And you basically just go pick out the shirt that you would like. And then, so my shortest tenure is probably here in the room at 2 weeks. Jason, so he gets nothing, he gets whatever he wants. And then our longest tenure, were we at the 7.5 or were we?
No, we got a 10-year.
Oh, we have 10 year, all right.
2009.
Same thing, like my leader that is 10 years, please go ahead, your troop number, what unit you're going to be there, and we will actually have a sweatshirt waiting for you at camp in the size that you like.
Please don't forget to.
Week 1.
And this is also based on you have to come claim it. We're not going to come track you down. So come claim your gifts. We thank you for coming to Camp Chawanakee, but come and get it from us. So that way we know you actually came to camp. Alright. Well, that being said, that's the end of our giveaway. So we are now going to open it up to our question and answer portion. It'll be answered by anyone who can actually answer the question from all of us that are in here. So that being said, we'll go ahead and move to that point, and we'll let Greg basically take back over.
Alright.
That Bales B.
Alright, everyone who's participating online, we're going to unmute you now. Now, don't start all talking at once, but I will do my best to take your questions that you have and pose them to the group. And anyone who's live in the building, feel free to chime in.
So this includes you three as well.
You don't have to wait for me to unmute you.
No questions.
So we'll still be doing blue cards this year?
Yes.
Okay, repeat the question.
How does lunch at camp work is what Kathleen would like to know.
So lunch at camp, you will send what we call dining hall stewards or a couple of your scouts. They will go to the back of the dining hall and they will have black bins filled with the food. The black bins feed typically 8 to 10 people. So obviously if you have more than 10 people, you're going to want to send more than one person because it comes with the food, comes with your drinks or your drink mix, and then a pitcher that you keep in camp all week. At the end of lunch, when you're done with lunch, you send the stewards back, and then they return the black bins. We don't take back unused food, so if it's not been opened, you can, either throw it away, or if you have an ice chest, keep it, and you can eat it later. Does that answer my question?
All right, our second question of the evening comes from Nico, who wants to know about prereqs. Daphne, would you like to take this one?
As of this afternoon, our prereqs are going to be listed under the class schedule for each unit. So once you've gone in and have placed or added your scouts merit badges, you can go on and under the class schedule, print that. It will show the scout's name, their classes, and under each class will have the prereqs. We have also taken it out of the leader guide on page 25 and 26, and we have added that as an attachment on the site under attachments where the class catalog is, and it is also once again in your leader's guide.
All right. Then we have another question here. Will there be Malo Cups this year?
No, because I think didn't the company.
I think the company closed.
Yeah, something happened with the company and we got them in Pennsylvania from.
Okay.
They're not there anymore. No one's more upset about it than our CEO, I think.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay, Hank, you say you've been having trouble getting scouts added onto the system. Let me, go ahead and send me a private message in the chat room, and we'll reach out to you and call you tomorrow and get you taken care of. Is that okay, sir? Okay, then are you okay with sending an email? Okay, then please send an email to daphne.ferguson@scouting.org,
What you type in the chat room?
we will get in contact with you, and if not, we'll call your troops representative tomorrow if that's not you, and get you guys taken care of. I got you. All right, then we will just call you tomorrow morning. Okay? Yeah, we've got your number for your troops registration, so I don't want you to give your number out on this because it's going to be a broadcast live online later, so don't want to give your personal information out.
And if you have any specific unit-based questions about registration, about payment, all that kind of stuff, please reach out to us individually, and we'll be able to handle it on a case-by-case basis.
So, sorry about that, Hank. We'll get you taken care of tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you're still on camera, don't forget.
All right, so Hank, you say you've been in scouting 27 years. Okay, thank you much. Let's see here. I've got a couple of questions in chat real quick. Let me just check through it real quick, make sure we get these answered. Thanks for your patience, everyone. If boys want to do merit badge during open session, do they need to register now?
They don't have to. They can. That would be a record so my instructors would know how many people are showing up in the afternoon. If it says open time, that's what is offered at open time. You can't come in during open time and say you want to take first aid because that won't be taught. So if it says open time, those are the classes that they can just show up in. Some of the handicraft, you can do that as well, even though it doesn't say open time, because they have projects that they're working on and they can come back in and complete them during that. And there are a few merit badges that will be given specific times as to when they are going to be taught, such as chess and game design, and that information will be given out the week of camp as to the times.
And there will also be specific times given for certain projects or experiments or activities they have to do for their other merit badges. When they take them in the class time, they'll say, by the way, Wednesday at 3:30, you have to come and do this project if you want to complete the badge. To everything to do together. The easiest thing to do would be if you have a question about taking a badge potentially in free time and you don't want to assign it or have a youth sign up for it now, the first day of camp, have them go talk to the instructors of that merit badge and find out what they can do and what they can work with.
All right, next question is, the extra money required for some merit badges is a range of 5 to 15. How much is needed, and do the scouts bring it along and pay there?
The range for 5 to 15, that is usually for the woodwork or wood carving and the leather and basketry. Basically the handicraft badges. There's several different projects they can pick from, so we give a range of what they're going to cost. And what was the other part of it?
They purchase them in the trade.
Where does the money go? Do they?
They purchase. So if they're in any of the handicraft merit badges, the first day of class, when they go to class, the instructor will actually take the whole class to the training post, and then they will purchase their.
They show them which projects are allowable or usable or best fit for those classes, because there's some projects that work for certain classes and some that are better for others.
So yeah, they go the first morning and pick out their projects.
All right, next question is there a deadline for merit badge signups? And it's the same, it's the Thursday before. Each week each week has had a start date that's been rolling, so each week had a different start date. The same for the end of merit badge signups is the Thursday before you come to camp, then that'll be when it closes for you. And yes, we can hear you. Yes, we're recording this and we'll be posting it on YouTube probably tomorrow. Mm-hmm. The question is, how many merit badges can scouts take during open session? Realistically, Greg, would you like to take this?
Honestly, as many as they want.
However, whether they finish it is
Yeah,
dependent
it's up to
on
them.
how difficult the badge is and how much they apply themselves.
I've seen a scout during 1 week come away with 9 merit badges. That's using four in the morning time, and then just one each day, or depending on it depends on how ambitious they want to be. Because the self-taught, self-study ones, it's at their own pace. So if they really want to get them done, they can do that. So, yeah, it's up to the scout.
Okay. Go ahead. The policy regarding bicycles in camp.
They can have a bicycle, they must wear a helmet, and they need to be safe. And if any staff members or adult leaders see them goofy, not being safe, adult leaders and staff have the authority to either tell them to walk it, or basically tell them to walk it and don't ride it again. And if a staff member stops them, then we'll come talk to the adult leaders there. But yeah, they can bring their bikes and ride them as long as they have a helmet.
Do a lot of scouts bring bikes? We used to not allow them, but now we do.
I think there's a couple a week, maybe.
Maybe 2 or
I'd
3
say,
a
yeah,
week.
there's been maybe 2 or 3 a week since we reversed the policy. It's not a big widespread activity.
No.
Because they take up a lot of space, and we do have a lot of people that are carpooling together, and a bike takes up a lot of room on a van or a truck or something like that. So really not really.
And we do have the 8 bikes up there that are available for the kids or adults to ride during the afternoon.
All right. We have a question about is there an age limit for shotgun shooting?
No.
Just a reminder that it is a shotgun, so if you have an 11-year-old who weighs 95 pounds, it might be a little difficult for them to continually hold a shotgun and deal with the kick, but we leave it up to youth and unit discretion. We will not tell a kid he's too young or unable to do it, because there's no requirement that says they can't.
The shotguns are 20 gauge. Okay, we have a couple more questions from... Go ahead. Yeah, just basic safety. We want to make sure everyone's safe, but we won't, there's no restrictions. So question from the chat room, adult showers.
No, I'm talking about the building on the point. Are we asking about the building on the point?
We do have a designated quote-unquote adult showers, and there's a key that you can check out at the beginning of the week. However, all the showers in camp do have locking doors on them, so they're available to use for both youth and adults. Adults don't have to walk all the way out to the ones on the point. All the showers around camp are perfectly usable. We have a question, how do self-taught merit badges work? Do the scouts check in with the instructor to start and finish?
Yes.
Exactly how they work.
So they can either do one of 2 ways. Go in and talk with the instructor, get the material, sit down and go through it and write if there's a writing requirement or anything. If the scout feels like he's ready to discuss it with the bear badge counselor, he can sit it right then and there and do it. Or he can take it off, get the requirements and then go off to his campsite or wherever and work on them, come back later on that day or the next day and say, here, this is what I've completed, and then the instructors will go over everything with them.
All right, how and when do we sign up for service projects?
Senior patrol meeting, Monday afternoon, first senior patrol meeting. If there's a specific project you have in mind, if you've been coming to camp for that long, talk to myself when you get to camp, or the facilities director, or the commissioner.
To earn the robotics merit badge during open time, do they have to attend every day to earn the badge?
No.
No, robotics is a one-day class. That's why there's 5 periods you can, or 4 periods you can sign up for. One for Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Thursday.
I know some of the answers. If I could just have
The question is, if they have a partial merit badge from another camp and they come to our camp, will they have to redo the requirements that they've already passed? The answer is no. If they have a blue card that says that they completed a requirement, they completed that requirement. We're not going to retest them. They've already done the work for that. The only thing they're going to need to do is the work that wasn't finished and listed on the blue card as complete.
Unless the requirements for that badge have changed since they got the partial.
There was a stipulation though. I'm assuming you heard that okay.
Yeah, they don't need to sign up for the class either.
All right. Go ahead, sir. Okay, so the question is from Troop 200, Week 8. They say they're a jamboree unit, and they want to know if that's available or if they have to use the dining hall.
That's a special circumstance that we will keep talking about on the side.
The answer is that we're still working out the details on that, and you can talk with Daphne outside the meeting here so we don't take up everyone's time.
Me and John.
All right, your question on first-year campers, go ahead. So the question is regarding the first-year camper. In the guide it says it offers all the ranks during all 4 periods in the morning. Can you please elaborate on that? How do you handle that?
That is, it's a case-by-case scenario when kids walk in, because we don't know what they're gonna be working on. So basically, they come with their book and they say, this is what we need to work on, and the instructors there are there to basically teach everything that's in there. There are certain requirements in there that do have specific times that will be, like for the activities, for example, all the swimming requirements are done on Thursday evening between 7 and 8. And then there's a certain time for the orienteering course, if that's something they need, but basically they can come in and work on what is needed.
So say for example you have a youth who only needs to do the knife, axe, and saw safety. And that's all they need to do to finish off the requirements. Instead of making them sit through an entire section of skills that they may have already done, they can come in and get just those skills worked on with them. And then they can use their time elsewhere if they'd like to. So.
So if they have only a couple requirements left for a specific rank, they shouldn't devote a whole period throughout the entire week for that.
Yeah, I would recommend if they, like, in the situation even I cited, I would actually recommend a youth not use a period for that. I would recommend they go and talk to the trails group for a free time segment, or even the Scoutcraft area for a free time segment to get those skills knocked off. Or even hopefully someone in their troop could do it inside their campsite, and then you've got boys teaching boys, which is of course what we always want to try and have as well. Or youth teaching youth, pardon me.
All right, another question from the chat here. We have parents alongside adult scout leaders joining for camp. Are there any activities they can do?
There's afternoon activities Monday through Thursday for adults in the afternoon. Friday afternoon, there's an open shoot for the adults, and they can climb the wall. We offer Iowa West training throughout the week, and we have a schedule for that. We offer safe swim defense, climb on safely.
Those activities you referenced, we have horseshoes, bocce ball. We have a quote-unquote golf tournament that you can find out more about at camp on Thursday morning. So there's plenty of activities for adults to do if you're looking for another fun thing to do outside of being at summer camp. What's the new ball pit thing that they had last year?
We have the Gaga
Gaga pit. That's available for adults too.
Adults are also allowed to take the bicycles out during the morning, and that's for adults only. They just need to come to the office, and the office manager will give them a bike. Or
We mentioned there's a CPR training on Tuesdays if they're interested in doing something like that. So there's plenty of opportunities for adults to have some fun and get some training done as well, whether they're registered leaders or not. Well, registered.
Okay, question. Can adults come to camp for 2 to 3 days, and how is this arranged in the cost?
So I want to follow up on that. Are they literally just going to be extra adults, or are they part of a chain of adults that will be switching in and out?
We're still working on that, Joseph. We're still working on the last one.
Yes, there is going. The question from Michael was, is this just one person coming up for just a few days and then leaving, or is this like a chain of adults who are coming and replacing other adult leaders, rotating in and out? If that's the case, if they're just rotating in and out, there's no additional cost for that. That still only counts as one adult leader. As far as if one adult wants to come up for just a couple days, yes, we are working on making a prorated rate and putting it in the system, but we're still working the logistics of that out. You can coordinate with Daphne, and we'll get you taken care of. Another question from the chat room. Is there a limit to how many adult leaders can come? We have 4 to 5 adults that would like to come.
nope.
There's no limit. You can have as many adults come as you want.
The more the merrier.
Another question from the chat. Will the zip line be ready for the first week of code classes?
Yes.
Yes.
There we are. Any other questions?
Is there going to be peanut butter and bread available in the dining hall?
Yes, there will be peanut butter, jelly, and bread, so whatever combination of them. The question was, will there be peanut butter and bread available in the dining hall? The answer is yes, there will be peanut butter and jelly for those that also like it, but whatever combination you want with your bread during that open time. Now remember that we will have the dining hall closed now over the evening, so if you were thinking you might want a late night snack, feel free to just grab something, take back to your site, store it properly because squirrels get in everything. But yeah, that will still be there for you.
Want to say something about the hot cocoa?
Question is, will leaders need to help out in the dining hall or other stations?
Will you need to? No. If you would like to volunteer and help out, we will take assistance anywhere, and that's not just in the dining hall or the stations. If you have a hobby or an area of expertise that you cover and you would actually like to either put on a merit badge, help out in one of our existing merit badges, you want to do some work helping out around camp, we will take any and all of your help and expertise. We actually have several leaders that do a lot of work for us and do cool stuff. When up there the year, whether they'll do electrical work for us, or they'll do some plumbing work, or they'll open up and do a little seminar or something. We gladly accept any and all help and assistance. but we will not require you to go sweep the dining hall.
Is there a need for scouts to bring their mess kits?
Yes, Friday dinner barbecue is not in the dining hall.
And their lunches.
And lunches too. If your troop brings troop gear, then you have paper plates and stuff for lunches, but Friday barbecue, you go directly from flags to the barbecue, and it's out on the picnic ground, so yes, mess kits would be nice. If you have adults or parents that are coming up for that evening, they don't need to bring the mess kits. They can pay for the ticket in the training post, and then when they get through the line, we will give them paper plates and all the necessary.
That being said, if you so choose, there are mess kits for sale in our camp training post.
All right, the question came in, can troops set up their campsite before check-in? What kind of wait time is expected for check-in?
Yes, you can set up your campsite before you get to camp.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Please remember, if you are sharing a unit, a campsite with another unit, you need to please wait until the other unit is there, and to be fair and to share the tents. Because there are many units that are sharing campsites, and we need to make sure that it is fair and with both units.
So basically, you can kind of scope out the areas you would like to be, but please don't start setting down all your troop gear, covering tables, all that kind of stuff, until your other unit has arrived. If you have sole ownership and domination over the site, feel free to go ahead and start setting it up. Check-in, the time of check-in as opposed is actually, we've gotten, I think, if pretty quick that you're in and out. Your leader's in there, gets their stuff from us, and is on their way with the tour. So I don't know if you've been in camp, it was 5 years ago where we'd have a line out the door into the parking lot, and it seemed like it was taking a long time. Those days are pretty much gone. I would maybe refer to a couple of our adults that have been there past years.
So they'll
It's
be
pretty quick. What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, it goes pretty quick.
Yeah.
There'll be a bunch of people at the door waiting.
Yeah. We check in about 3 or 4 troops at a time now. It used to be we would check in 1 or 2, and it was a slog. But now we have enough people that know our systems and do it pretty well. So.
Question came in, they have 5 scouts earning their sachems. Are there specific service projects they can anticipate and plan for to do their 5 hours service? You want to just have this contact you offline?
Yeah.
Okay.
Contact me offline.
Aloha wear on Friday, is it Hawaiian shirts worn by scouts and leaders?
Yes.
Yes.
Anything Hawaiian.
If coming up on Saturday, how does that work?
So if you're coming up on Saturday, technically the staff is off. Just go directly to your campsite. If you are sharing a campsite, again, please be mindful that you will have another troop coming in. If you are unaware of how many people they have, myself or my program director, we are on camp. If you have to come talk to us, usually in late afternoon, myself, I drive around because I do know that troops do come in on Saturday. So if you have questions, we are available, but just go straight to your campsite. Don't come to the office because there will be nobody in the office, but there are people around during the day.
All right, we have another question online. If they come in on Saturday, how does that work? Oh wait, no, there's one. Can we drive in and unload our campsite and then park?
Yes.
One vehicle at a time, please. We keep it 10 miles an hour, but yes.
If a troop does not complete their swim test before camp, when is swim test completed?
Okay, what was that?
If they don't do the swim test online, what do they? If they don't do it online beforehand, we will do it with them at camp. Sorry, online. If they don't complete it before they arrive at camp, we will have the opportunity for them to complete it at camp, either on Sunday or if they're a Monday arrival or something like that, we will work out time. And if anyone is registered for a Monday merit badge, they will take care of it at the beginning of that merit badge for them.
Okay. First time at Camp Chawanakee, do they have tent cabins? Do the tent cabins have bunks? We have the standard BSA 9x9 platform tents with beds and mattresses, 2 beds per tent. So you just need to bring sleeping bags to sleep on top of. If a troop brings more people than there's tents in the sites, we have extra tents that we can give you to put up in your campsite. Or you're welcome to bring your own. And these are actual beds with mattresses, not cots. Can troop trailers be left in your campsite?
Yes.
Provided they don't block a road or a walkway, yes.
Any other questions?
No questions?
All right. It doesn't look like we have any other questions, so thank you everyone for attending tonight. Any last thoughts?
Thank you for attending this meeting. I look forward to seeing you guys up at camp this summer. Look forward to having a great time during your week here up at camp. Thank you.
Should the boys come prepared to sleep under the stars one night? If you want to, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to sleep all the nights under the tents. We do offer a canoe outpost, at which point you do canoe across the lake and sleep out under the stars.
Bring trash cans, like trash bags.
Bring some trash bags though,
Yeah. To keep your stuff
to
dry.
keep your stuff dry. And we have lots of thank yous.
Cool.
All right, everyone, have a good evening.
Thank you.